welcome to Kids Corner. It's Sir Winston and Shirley here, and today we're going to make a pig. We thought it was a good idea after we experimented with the Welsh dragon, and the first one kind of looked like a pig, and we had some pink paint left over from painting our octopus. So to make a pig, you're going to need crayons, paint, markers, a pink and a black. You'll find it useful to have a black marker, pencil, scissors, glue, and of course a toilet paper roll. And you'll want to check out your roll to make sure that all the toilet paper is off of it. Now, what I've done is I've actually started because I wanted time to have the paint to dry. So when you start, what you want to do is to look at your toilet paper roll and see where the seam goes, because you don't want the seam to go through the face or through what you're going to do to help make those front set of legs. So what I did was that I drew like an upside down U and I cut it out. And then a pig has hooves that are like they're split in the middle. So what I did was I cut out like two little triangles on each side, which will give him little hooves. Now, what I also did is when I started, I knew that there was a couple of things that I wanted to paint while I had my paint on the go. And one of those was his tail. Now, the pig has kind of a curly tail, and what I did is a little like drawing a snail and then kind of keep that little circle going in around. And it might actually be easier to paint or to color it and then cut it out. And you also want ears to be painted pink. And this is the design that I put on the ears. So I have already cut them out and painted them pink. So they're here that I'm doing. And then what you also want is your pig is going to have eyes. So out of your scrap piece of paper, I made a rectangle and I folded it and I drew this eye shape. So then what you want to do is you're going to cut out the eye shape. And it is kind of nice this time to have it ringed with black around it. So that means that the first one you draw will have black, but you're going to need to go around the edge of the second one. Because you folded it over, you have two. And so what you want to do is to take your black marker and you're going to draw as if there was a circle in the middle of it. And then you're going to draw a little small circle, but that you can still see the white inside the other circle, and color around the first one that you draw, leaving that space of white. And let's see if you can see what I did. And that helps give a lively look to the eye. So now it's time to take our pig and start working on the face. Now what you may want to do is take your pencil and just lightly sketch what you're going to do. And when you're happy with that sketch, then you can go around it with your marker. I'm going to be brave and try the marker. So the pig, one of the defining features about a pig is kind of his round snout where his nose is. And it's not quite a circle because it's kind of like a circle that's been squished actually. And then he has two little ovals that might be kind of slanted for his nose, and I'm going to draw them in and color it in, and then we're going to give him a little line underneath to give a hint of a lower lip, and that's what it looks like. Now the pig has a nose and a bit of a mouth, so he's going to need his eyes. We get out our glue. Sometimes there's so much that comes off that if you're careful, you can pick up the other eye and just rub some of the glue on it. And we're going to put our eyes on. Just a little bit of an angle, or a slant, and we're going to try to see that our eyes are at the same level. And there we go. Now, ears. If you'll notice when we cut out the ears, they were a very distinctive shape. There was a top and a bottom. This part is the top, and where there's more of a bump out underneath, that's the bottom. And so you'll want to kind of keep your eye on that so that when you put your glue on the back, you turn around and look at it, that you'll know which side that it should go on. Then you take your other one, look for that very distinctive bump that will be on the bottom, put a bit of glue on the back, and again you're going to put it a little bit over the outer edge of the eye. And there we are, our pig has 2 ears. And now for his tail. When mine was drying, I kind of pulled it apart a little, and you'll see then that it kind of gives it a very distinctive look. And on the end, a little bit of glue. Figure out what is about the middle of the back, and the tail is lower. Tail on the back, and that's our pig on the front, and it's done. Pigs were an animal that are mentioned in the Bible, so I'm sure they showed up on the ark. Shall we have a little prayer together? If you could bow your heads and repeat after me. Loving God, thank you for being with me. Help me to be kind to others and look after your world. Amen. And we'll see you next time at Kids Corner.